Okay, let's see the second sign Jesus said will happen in Matthew 24, and this is verse 6.
And you shall hear of wars and rumors of war. See that you be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
So these are the second signs are wars, conflicts, wars, bloodshed, wars and rumors of war, but that is not yet the end, but they will come first. They are the early signs. Okay, let's go to Revelation chapter 6, when he opened the second seal. Verse 4.
And there went out.
Okay, verse 3 first.
And when he had opened the second seal, I heard the second beast say, Come and see. And there went out another horse that was red.
Red horse now. The first one was white horse, yes?
And power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword.
So a red horse appeared when he opened the second seal, and the rider was given a great sword. Is war. And what is his assignment? To take peace from the earth, so that people start killing each other. We have had First World War, Second World War, and over 6,000 conflicts. Different types of wars. Oh, read it, Gloria. Verse 3 and 4. Let me see how your translation says that.
And when he broke the second seal, I heard the second living creature call out, Come.
Okay, when he broke the second seal, one of the living creatures, that's cherubim, said, Come. Then what happened?
And another horse came out, flaming red.
It's flaming red, the color of blood. Yes.
And its rider was empowered to take the peace from the earth.
The rider was empowered to take peace from the earth. Yes.
So that men slaughtered one another. And he was given a huge sword.
So that men can slaughter one another. Is that not the second sign he told you? There will be wars, conflicts everywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, why are we being given this prophetic foresight? It might start in your region, conflict or killings, whether it's Boko Haram or whatever it is, and these things that are shedding blood, and you probably will form your own militia and go and join. That's not what you should do as a child of God. The spiritual world controls the natural world. You're supposed to know, to keep your territory safe, you have to deal with these things from the spirit. Part of what is involved is that even if you have government doing their part to provide security, the church must understand that these things we're seeing in the natural is being engineered from the spiritual. We must take up our mandate as priests to be able to take care of those things and drive it out of our own nation. Just because they said there will be wars in different places doesn't mean you should let it come to your family. Or maybe you're a member of a family. You just take peace. Your brothers are fighting, uncles are fighting, and they're killing each other. Deal with it. There's something I jump because I don't really have the time anymore. But when Jesus took the book from the hand of the Father, the first thing that happened is that the prayers of the saints moved up before he could open. God was letting us know that prayer influences prophecy. Just because we're in the last days doesn't mean God will stop answering prayer. Actually, he's going to multiply his capacity to answer, or ability, or willingness to even answer. We're going to see the greatest intervention of angels in human history in this time. We're going to see divine intervention like never before. We're going to see God stretching his hands to answer prayer. What it tells you is that prayer interferes with prophecy. Let me give you an example. In Matthew 24, when Jesus was telling the Jews about the destruction of Jerusalem, his disciples, do you know what he told them? Pray that your flight will not be on the Sabbath day. He said your prayer can make sure that the day the Romans will arrive to attack will not be on Saturday. Because while you people are in this tabernacle, in the temple worshiping, more people will die. It's like coming to attack churches on Sunday. Then he said, pray that your flight and escape will not be during winter. Because when you start running to escape to other countries and everywhere is covered with snow, more people will die. He's telling you, even though it's been prophesied that it will happen, your prayer can still teleguard it to make sure that lives are preserved. Prayer influences prophecy. It will make it happen in a way that you can escape. That's why after giving prophetic warning and signs of the age in Luke chapter 21, he said, pray that you may escape all these things and stand before the Son of Man. That means all of this end time thing can happen and it won't touch you. But the prayer is the key. Don't say, it has been prophesied though, so we'll just be here and be watching. No. It's exactly how the Jews left Egypt. Before the church leave this world and rapture, there will be certain things that will happen. There were all kinds of plagues in Egypt, but he didn't touch them. When all the animals died, the animals did not die. When there were plagues of frog, he didn't touch them. And to start with, it was also prayer that Moses was using to regulate. Pharaoh will come and beg him and say, please plead with your God that he will remove the frogs. And Moses will go and lift his hand and talk to the Lord. The Lord will remove the flock. It's also prayer that regulates prophecy. Get it. It will save your life. You will see war. And all the different conflicts in different places. Nations against nations. There have been world wars, then there are ethnic conflict, and that word nations is ethnos, ethnic groups rising against ethnic groups, racial hatred, tribal crashes. No. Some of it is trying to come into different countries, maybe your own country. Apart from calling for peace talk and conflict resolution, first deal with it in the spirit. Stop the man with that sword that is shedding blood from. Drive him out of your country. Drive him out of your neighborhood. The spiritual world controls the physical world. That's what God is showing us here. So you heard in Matthew 24, Jesus said things that will happen. In Revelation, he's showing you behind the scene what is actually causing it.